But I'm not going to sit here and focus on them. I'm not. I don't think you should either, to be honest with you. Should you scoreboard watch? Of course. Should you hope that the Mets lose? Yes. Would you want the Diamondbacks to lose? Of course. But the main point is this, is tonight, if we find ourselves still one game back with a win, or we might find ourselves one game back with a loss. But the reality is that I just focus and I want to make sure that this baseball team continues to play winning baseball, because in my mind, that's what I'd like to see happen as you move through and you get to the postseason. I guess making the postseason is certainly something to be happy about around here. I have no doubts that I will be extremely excited and I will feel great. But as we head into this offseason, I guess maybe this is the last topic of the day here before we get to the Stone Shield show is, will you feel any different if the Reds were to make the postseason and then just get absolutely trounced by the Dodgers in 2 games than you would have if they missed the postseason by a game? Would it make you feel like they did something extra special? I personally, if they did what they did against the Braves, right, back in 2020 in the COVID year, I don't think I would. I think I would look very much at this team in this season the same way I would have as if they missed the postseason. So what I'm getting at is that I just want them to play good baseball moving forward. And by good baseball, they win 4 games. That's the standard. That's what should have happened, and that's what can still happen. Anything less than 4 games, and I got to tell you, I'm not totally sure that you deserve it. Stone, they get in 3-3. They get trounced by the Dodgers. Do you genuinely think that would make it a difference? I mean, I maybe I'm being too overly critical about making the postseason and not doing anything with it for a franchise that very rarely ever makes the postseason. But it just seems like we've gotten ourselves into the spot now where we've lost focus on what matters the most, which is at some point having a good baseball team that plays good baseball.
Yeah, I think for me, coming into the year, my whole thought process was season's a success if you get in, season's a failure if you don't. So I think if they got in, there would be some jubilation, some happiness, obviously, of getting in. And then if they get whipped right away, then it switches into, well, okay, that was all for nothing. But I think there is a lot to be said about getting into the postseason, especially all the adversity that they faced, all the tough times that they faced, how many times they had been written off, and they continue to keep fighting with a young team, a young nucleus, and, of course, a new manager with Tito Francona here. But I think there would be a lot to say about making the postseason, and I think you would have some takeaways and say, okay, this is a successful season. We made the postseason. We were aggressive at the deadline. We added to our roster. It worked out. We got to the postseason. How do we take that next step? And then if you follow it up in 2026 by missing the playoffs, then it's kind of that whole thing that we've been stuck on this year where it's like a couple of steps forward and then an extra step back in the wrong direction. But I think there would be a lot to celebrate if they were able to get in. And then, obviously you hope you can pick up a win. Haven't won one of those postseason games since, 2012? That would be nice to kind of get that monkey off your back. But, with the Dodgers, I mean, shoot, when you played them in August, they absolutely whooped you. So, if that happens again, then obviously you're only happy for a few days, and then it comes back to the reality of, we just got our butts whipped in the postseason, and we're going home, and it wasn't really that big of a difference than if we hadn't made the postseason altogether. But I think it'll say a lot for this team if they can find a way to sneak in and at least give themselves an opportunity to be playing postseason baseball and just banking those reps, right? This team, this group of players, a lot of these guys are going to be playing together for several years going forward, and if they can get that experience playing in that type of environment, national TV games, everybody watching, and at least just get a feel for that, I think that could help them for years in the future.
I guess I could buy into that idea a little bit, just from the standpoint of getting reps. That seems important, but I feel like I've kind of done this time and time again with this franchise of saying, well, this is important. We said this back in 2023, if you remind yourself. Remember that? When we were saying, look at all these young guys. The last week of the season, they're playing in all these meaningful games, and they're getting reps when it matters the most. And I know they fell up just short, but the truth is that next time they get this opportunity, they're going to capitalize. Well, here we find ourselves now. It's time to capitalize. I think they're going to get it done tonight. I hope that you do too. The truth is that Paul Skenes is beatable. He's lost 10 times this year. Yes, I get he's one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, but he's certainly going to be on some type of pitch count. Okay? There's no way this guy's going to go out and throw a complete game shutout with 110 pitches. So are you capable of keeping the game close, and or are you capable of getting the big hit? Good baseball is simple. You catch the ball, you throw the ball, and you find ways to get big hits. Now, I know that sounds like super obvious to many, and that sounds like a soundbite you can take out of context. But the reality is you play clean in the field, you throw the ball over the plate, you don't walk guys, you don't hit guys, you don't give free bases, and you find a way, like Matt McClain did last night on multiple opportunities, at some point you get that big hit. That's what good baseball is. And that's all that's going to happen to get in the postseason. They don't have to be superheroes. They don't have to go out and score 8, 9, 10 runs a game. I'm not asking for that. What I'm asking for is they get a couple big 2-out hits. Somebody has to step up for this baseball team. I don't know who it is going to be, but I know this. Elly De La Cruz has taken a lot of beating in this town. A lot of beating. And the reality is that guy showed up last night. He absolutely showed up. The question is who else is going to do that? Spencer Steer has been rock solid this whole month. Elly De La Cruz has turned it around a little bit. Is Noelvi Marte going to be that guy? Can TJ Friedel find some big swings? Is it going to be a guy like Tyler Stevenson yet again? It's going to have to be somebody that's going to get the big hit tonight. We'll find out if they're capable of doing it. And the truth of the matter is that, yes, we also have Hunter Greene going. All this talk about Paul Skenes this and Paul Skenes that, I get it. He's very good. But we have Hunter Greene going. And tonight is an opportunity to showcase why Tito wanted to make the move that he did. All this talk about taking a chance to go 2-0, you have a chance to go 2-0, you want to take the chance on perhaps not just throwing Brady Singer game 1 to get the victory. Yeah, that's great, but then you have Hunter Greene going against Paul Skenes. What if I said to you this? Hunter Greene throws last night, gives up 3 runs, we lose. Brady Singer goes tonight, gives up 4 runs, we lose. Very possible. That scenario is very much possible. Just as the possibility of Brady Singer losing last night and Hunter Greene finding a way to win tonight, and you have a better record than you would have if you did it in reverse. That's the storyline that I'm trying to make up in my head so I don't drive myself crazy in thinking that they should have moved Hunter Greene up. Maybe I'm being overly optimistic about the move and the decision that Tito made of not moving Hunter Greene up, but it's the only thing left to deal with. We move on. That's where I'm at. We move on. Hunter Greene is one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. He's by far the best pitcher on this baseball team. We have him going tonight in what many of us think, is a must-win game. If you don't think that that's something to look forward to, if you don't think that that's an optimistic viewpoint, then I don't know what to tell you. I get that there was a letdown last night. I completely understand that. But the reality is they have a chance to right their wrong tonight. Nobody in their right mind thought that they were probably going to go 2-0 on the first 2 games of this series. I don't think many did. And they had tonight as a loss. Well, guess what? The best chance you can get in life sometimes is a second chance. And more times than not, if you take advantage of your second chance, good things happen to you for the rest of your life. And that's exactly what the Reds have. They've gotten a second chance. And their chances tonight against Paul Skenes. I get it. He's good. I understand it. But you know what? I'm personally really not all that worried about it. I'm not scared about it. I'm not going to go into this game thinking that there's no chance. There's a chance. There's a damn good chance. It's all not for naught, as they say. The Reds find a way to win tonight. They control their destiny yet again. And there we go. We got one more game on a getaway day against the Pirates with 3 games in Milwaukee. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll come back in here tomorrow and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. But I'm going to tell you right now, you can clip it and do whatever you want with it. Watch. Hunter Greene is going to go in tonight. The Reds are going to beat Paul Skenes. They're going to go in tomorrow, controlling their own destiny on getaway day, and they're going to have 3 games left in Milwaukee with a chance to close it out. We'll see if they're capable of doing it, but I sure know this. The season's not even close to being dead, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing about how this is the same old Reds. You know what this Reds team has done all year that I know for a fact because I've watched it time and time again? As soon as you think that you're down and out, as soon as you think that you're dead, they bounce back, and they showcase why they're still fighting for a 3rd wild card spot. So, I'm not putting my neck out on the line too many times by saying it, But the Reds are going to win tonight. You can book it. Stone Shield Show is next. I hope everybody loves it, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's baseball game. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Take care, everybody.